This is the video directions for module number 2 using Microsoft Word to complete a full block format letter. We're going to be doing this in Microsoft Word. We're not going to be doing this in Google Docs. The Google Suite we sometimes are able to cover in the keyboarding class. This is a business class. We need to be familiar with how to use Microsoft Suite, so Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel. To access Microsoft Word, we're going to look for the little smiley face down in the lower left-hand corner of our toolbar. We're going to click on that. That's called the Finder. Once that window pops up, we're going to select Applications. Your Applications folder could be, my guess is it's going to be listed as a series of icons. Sometimes it's a list. Sometimes it's in columns like this. Sometimes it's a gallery like that. Depending on how you want to do it, it's up to you, personal preference. You get to set this up on your own desktop computer. I'm always a list person, but that's up to you. Either way, whether it's set up as a list or as icons, what we are looking for is Microsoft Word. Once we see Microsoft Word, we're going to double click the icon to get it to open up. It's not a single click, it's a double click. Okay? Then we're going to get this little pop-up window, get started with Office. We don't need to worry about this, so we can skip the sign in. You can click Done, and then we're going to click Start Using Word. Now we got a bunch of pre-formatted documents that we can choose from. You are choosing blank document, and then you're going to click Create. Fantastic. Now, again, so we can split our screen. Some of us know how to do this. We're going to reduce the size of the assignment window, and we're probably going to increase the size of our Microsoft Word window. And again, you just get your cursor near the corner, click and drag, and then we can get things set up. I like to zoom in on my Microsoft Word document just so I can see it. I'm a little bit older. Okay? I can't handle this overlap right here. Let's drag this baby back. I can zoom out here. All right. So it says the directions. Recreate the full block letter shown below with the following: 1-inch margins, single spaced, left alignment, 12-point font, Times New Roman. So I got to show you how to set up some things here. From the toolbar, okay? I'm not talking about the toolbar up here. This is one of the problems with running Microsoft on an iOS system. Microsoft was made for Windows. Windows and iOS are two different things, but you basically have double the toolbars and the ribbon, right? Most things that you can find at the top of your screen are going to be the same options that you find down here. They just look different, all right? So when I say go to the toolbar, I'm talking about the ribbon. This is what this area right here is called, the ribbon. So you can find some formatting functions. All right, so we're going to go up to the ribbon and we're going to select Layout. Once we're in Layout, we're going to see here an option for margins. We're going to click the drop-down menu and we're going to see some different preset margins. All right, if you need to do custom margins, you click on Custom Margins and you just enter in the numbers that you want it to have. But for this assignment, it says 1-inch margins. So again, we click the Margins option in Layout, and we look at Normal, and it says 1-inch top, bottom, left, and right. So that's the one we want. Fantastic. All right, now let's address the spacing. Still in the Layout tab here, let's go back to the Home menu in the ribbon, and we're going to slide over to the center part of the screen here. We're going to look for the icon with 2 arrows, one going up, one going down. We're going to click on that, and we're going to make sure this baby is set to 1. I also would suggest that at the bottom where it says add space before paragraph or remove space before paragraph, I would make sure that we take out remove space after paragraph. Sometimes it adds in that extra row. I don't understand. Some of you may have noticed that when we were in the layout option where we did the margins, there's an option for spacing, and we would have seen a different number here. You could also do the spacing from this menu in the ribbon. We just need to make sure that it's set to 0. So we got our single space all set up. Left alignment, don't really need to do anything with that. I'm going to go up to View, the View drop-down menu, and I'm going to select the ruler so you can see the ruler at the top, just so I can show you different alignment. If I wanted to say, let's see, I want to make that a right alignment. Perhaps I wanted to list the date, September 1st, 2025. Perhaps I wanted to have something on the right-hand side of the page. That's what a right alignment would be. Lots of people do alignment by hitting the tab button across the screen. That gets things a little confusing, and that can really screw things up when it comes to a formatting changes. When we're talking about alignment, we're talking about putting things very specifically in the page. You can do that with these options right here in the home menu on the ribbon. Left alignment, center alignment for when you're doing a title, right alignment. But again, things can get real messy doing it that way. It's why we typically prefer to do tab stops. That way their positioning on the page remains the same. But enough with that. We'll get more into alignment later on in later modules. We need to select it to 12-point font in Times New Roman font. So again, from the ribbon, Home, we're going to see the text formatting right here. We're going to slide on down to Times New Roman. All right, most of your academic work is going to be written in Times New Roman, and we're going to make sure it's written in 12. Okay, a little review of middle school. I can guarantee all of you set the font to like 32-point font, where you could barely get a letter on the page. Appropriate font style for the business world is 12-point Times New Roman. Keep that in mind. All right, so there's some little formatting exposures for you here. All right, if you want to adjust the margins, you go to Layout, select the margins you want, or you enter in custom amount. Spacing, you can do that from the layout. Make sure these are set to 0, 0. Or you do it from the home menu on the ribbon. I suggest you do it this way. When you're writing papers for class, for college, for high school, sometimes they'll want 2.0 or double space. That's how you would do it. This is probably the easiest way to get it correct. We just need to make sure that there is no space added before or after the line. Alignment, we already talked about. From the home button or the home menu, we're going to select left alignment. We'll get into different alignments later on and how we do that. And then obviously the font, 12-point Times New Roman. We're going to type up this letter. Okay, this is a business form, block form letter. This is a letter of format that we need to know because this is the letter that we will typically write looking like this when we're applying for jobs or we're applying for school. If you are writing a formal letter, this is how a formal letter is written. It is the exact same format. It starts with an address, your address. It's got a date. It's got the name and the address of the person to whom you are sending the letter. And then it follows the format shown. So this is what you guys are going to type. You're going to type in the person's address. Once you're done typing that, you're going to hit return not once but twice, so you got a blank line. You're going to type in the date, June 28th, 2007. Then you're going to hit return 3 times. That actually might be 4. That's 3 times. 3 times. You're going to type in the recipient's name, Miss Jennifer Esposito, John Doe Fellowship, 595 Park Avenue, New York, New York. Now, this form letter has the state abbreviated. I would always encourage you that when you are sending a formal letter, that you spell everything out. Right? You don't use state initials, you spell out the state's name. We don't use contractions. You don't use can't, you spell cannot. You don't write don't, you say or you spell out do not. And for numbers, 0 through 10 should be spelled out. Once you get to number 11, then you can use the digits of it, right? But 10 should be written this way. It should not be written this way. Just some formal writing rules. You're going to type up the rest of this letter. Now, again, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch this all be done, but I am going to point some things out here. Paste. Got it. Go back to the assignment. I want to make sure that this all is formatted correctly, times 12 points. Glorious. Also, don't try and copy and paste the format in. It's a picture, so that's not going to work. Going to have to get up pretty early to fool me. Let's talk about the rest of this letter. A form letter. A formal form letter does not indent. This is kind of like email. When you get to a new paragraph, you skip a line, so you hit return twice. Then you start your next paragraph. When that paragraph's done, you skip a line, so you hit return twice. Okay? You're going to go through the whole thing. You're going to have your valediction here, sincerely. You're going to put the person's name, contact information, and the very last thing, what will go on the very last line, is the word enclosure. Okay? Enclosures, again, this is a business letter. Oftentimes when letters are sent to people, they come with other things. For example, a resume, references, data, documents, whatever it is. That's what you would list down here for enclosures. What else is enclosed, included with the letter? You just need to write enclosure because there's nothing to be enclosed. When you are done, you're going to click Save. All right, then you're going to get some options here. All right, this is the Module 2 Microsoft Word full, terrible typing on this keyboard, full block letter format. That's what it's going to be saved as. It's going to be saved in your documents, and you're going to click Save. To turn this into me, all right, what I need you to do, you log back into your portal. You should already be logged into your portal. You're going to click on Compose, and you're going to send me an email. Dorfner pops up, and I can guarantee you already know what the subject line is going to be. Module 2 Microsoft Word full block format letter. All right. Now, to attach the document, you're going to come down to the bottom. You're going to look for the little paper clip. You're going to click on the paper clip. This window is going to pop up. All right. Where is my document? Well, you know that when you click Save, your Word document was saved to the Documents folder. So you're going to click on Documents, and oh, lo and behold, there's the Module 2 full block letter format. You're going to click Upload. That should be full block letter form. Oopsies. I don't like that at all. Module 2. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. You got it attached. Now you're going to send me an email. Dear Mr. Dorfner, because again, email should begin with some sort of salutation. You don't just say, here's my assignment. That's not professional. Dear Mr. Dorfner, please find attached my assignment for Module 2. Sincerely, John Dorfner. Click Send. And there we go. I've got your assignment. If you have any questions, raise your hand, grab my attention. But otherwise, go Spartans.